My name is Chris Lenga. I'm a professional boxer out here in Launceston. And I aspire to be a world champion.
It's over! Ali is the knockout!
What you call an icon living? Start a record label, Miss Fish just did it. Nylon cover 5 minutes. Whoa, we are too hot in the business. Whoa, I'm going straight to the top of the cold. We should just chill and maybe take it slow. Before we get up there with nowhere to go.
The number of people wishing to seek asylum in Australia has reached a 6-year high.
So my parents illegally crossed borders to make their way to Zimbabwe. And after we made it to Zimbabwe, we were one of the lucky few that had the opportunity to come to Australia. Glenorchy growing up, as many people that grew up in Glenorchy, was pretty tough and pretty rough, especially if you come from a different background. Like being African as myself, I did find it a bit rough. Obviously, growing up in Tasmania, African people are a small minority here, so we all banded together as as a family and a brotherhood. So whenever I saw people my age mate, even if I didn't know them, just because they were African, we instantly connected because we had something in common. I was getting into trouble, just dumb adrenaline junkie stuff as a kid.
I was falling into bad habits. I knew I needed something to break the cycle. To me, that was boxing.
The first day I walked into the boxing gym, I'm pretty sure it was a sparring day, and I got my I got my ass kicked, but I just kept coming back. The first day when I walked in, it was glowing lights, and there was I knew this is where I'm supposed to be right now. I want to give everything to this sport. I was committed and dedicated, especially with going out and stuff. If I had training the next day, I wouldn't be out. When we do cows in the bike, we don't just do 100, we always do one more. 1% better. I would love to go out and chill out with the boys, you know what I mean? Down in Glenorchy or go there, but I can't because I have training. And I was working towards my goal of, being the best boxer that I could be.
So my name's Jack Ullman. I'm the owner of Underdog Boxing and Fitness. I've been involved in boxing for the best part of 15 years, both as a competitor and a coach. I met Chris through my involvement with JCP and Will Smith. Every week or so he'd bring a new kid to me that he felt could benefit from my particular coaching style. And one of those days he brought Chris around.
So let them say we can do better.
My first interaction with Jack was holy shit, this guy's intense. He always wants the best for you, the best outcome for you. Not even just in boxing, he just wants you to be a good person in general. Making sure to put stuff away, teaches me being organized, being punctual, being on time to places, communication.
But now, you don't need to put that financial stress on yourself, just take what you got, why you got it. I'm pretty big on this, right? I'm getting the quick wraps in for the gym. You won't really see me wear quick wraps unless I'm trying to show people that they're okay to use. But this process that you're going through right now, this is part of the mindfulness and the prep of getting ready to box.
Yeah.
I really like it. I know fortress wraps and all that, they're a bit quicker and they give you knuckle protection and everything, but you're better to fall in love with every aspect of the craft. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't remember who I saw talking about it. It might have been Terence Crawford, and it was he wraps his own hands all the time, and he's like, man, I love it because it's that cue. It's that cue signaling to you and reinforcing these habits and little seeds that we're laying, little bricks that we're laying, that you're about to lock in and do what you got to do.
Yeah.
And to fall in love with every aspect of the craft.
Yeah.
I feel if I didn't have that boxing, I honestly don't know where I would be. As a person, as a human, as a person and my everyday life. I could not tell you how my life would be if I didn't have that aspect of boxing.
I remember telling my friend, or a friend of mine that's involved in boxing, after I trained Chris for the first time, I thought to myself, this kid's, he's special.
What made you want to contribute to social work and bettering the youth of our society?
A lot of us have came up through the program up at JCP Youth, and a couple of us now we work for the organisation. We've stepped into that mentor and that facilitator side of the program. Yeah.
At JCP Youth, we work with vulnerable and at-risk young people. We provide mentorship and support in hopes that they will develop the skills and resilience to transition successfully into adulthood.
I understand and I relate to a lot of these kids that are on the street doing what they're doing. I've been in the same position as they have, so I have that understanding towards them where some people won't. They'll just tell them, why aren't they getting locked up? Why aren't there stricter laws? But I understand that a lot of these kids come from traumatic backgrounds. Most of all, we provide these kids with love. Yeah. A lot of these kids don't know what love is. They've never experienced it. So once they do experience it, it's so foreign for them. Yeah. It's easy to lock up a kid, but the kid won't change. But once you start showing them that you matter, you care, and like, bro, like, I love you, bro, I want to see you do better, that's when they feel good inside and they want to change. They just need to hear it. And they don't hear it at home. They don't hear it at home. They go back to the same circumstances at home, which is hard for them. But if you can stop the problem with them, change them, maybe we can break the cycle so they don't have to repeat the same cycle that their families have been going through.
I'm so glad that you're staying out of trouble, and I feel like basketball for you is a great outlet. You're already good at it, and you just need to keep on that grind. A lot of the times, a lot of the inspiration came from you seeing someone that always, even when they're tired, just working. It made me want to be like that too. I'm so proud of you. That's what I'm talking about.
Just even being in a boxing ring, you learn respect and discipline, you know what I mean? Because it's a sport when you're getting hit. That's why when I work with a lot of these kids that I work with at JCP Youth, I always ask them, like, try to convince them to do boxing, because it just, number one, it gives you that self-respect for boxing. My goals in boxing, as any boxer, would be to be a world champion. Outside of boxing is really, for me, is to just inspire the next generation of kids, to tell them that their circumstances don't determine their outcomes in life. Like, I didn't have the best circumstances in life, but I've came out of that. So I really just want to inspire the next generation through boxing. So I feel like this is a good outlet, and I get to share my message on the way.
You gotta make it.
When you make it to world champion.
I wanted to do something so like I can show them and show people around me that just because we come from a shitty town like Glenorchy, we can rise above that. Like, we're not set in stone because of our circumstances. Like, we can break the cycle.